see me yet?
I see you.
Ah. Hi. Do you see the comments? Yes, you can. Perfect. I did figure it out. Yay.
Now, I don't know if that'll stay for the whole time.
It's supposed to be. It said instructions.
Mm-hmm.
It should stay. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, maybe not. It's gone. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Do you still see it? Or is it gone?
Well, there haven't been too many comments yet, so...
All right. Welcome to my live, you guys.
Already got 11 people.
Awesome. So here on my lives, it's a Q&A done by donation. So if you would like to have a question answered, just head up into my link tree and go to the donate button. Donate whatever denomination you want. Put your name and your question in with instructions to seller, okay? And we can get started. All right. Do you want to check your...
So someone says you have to pin it. So try and pin it.
How do I do this?
Press and hold on it.
Press and hold? Nothing happens.
Or just tap it.
No, it says reply to me.
Okay, so yeah, so press and hold it.
I did. No?
I'm not sure.
Well, I tried. It doesn't like me, I think. It didn't give me an option to pin it on the other part. Does anybody know how to pin it? Because when I press and hold it, it just says to reply. I don't know. I'll just have to give you guys the instructions, I guess. It's all good. Happy Friday to you too, honey. I don't know.
So it's not possible to pin it.
Yeah. It does?
It said that, yeah.
Oh,
all right.
That's weird.
We got our first donation in already.
All right. Let's start.
From Jessica Fernandez.
Hi, Jessica. Yeah, I know. I let her know that we were going live. So I told you you'd get in right away.
All right. Jessica's question is, will my parents be accepting of the person I marry?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And this person that is coming in is really good for you, honey. So it's going to be a positive experience for the whole family. Yeah, it's a good question.
All right, and we have been joined by a few more people.
Sure, okay, so welcome everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, you can get a question answered through donation. So if you go up into my link tree, you can click on the donate button. Whichever denomination you'd like to donate will get you a question answered. All donations are going towards helping me to get my children's book out. So I'm a self-published author, and my book is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the journey of the soul from the other side coming into incarnation, and all the money raised will help to get this little guy out. I channeled this book over 20 years ago, so it's definitely one that I'm ready to get out now. All right. We haven't received any more donations yet, but we did get a couple of gifts. Gifts? Sure.
So
we'll go with the gifts.
Our next question is from our top gifter at the moment and a new gifter, Karen, who asks, what is John going to say to me?
So it's something, it does feel like there's a lot of reservation there on your side, honey, but it's something that needs to be brought up. Don't be afraid is what I'm being told to tell you, honey. Okay, so it does feel like it is an important conversation that needs to happen, and I can feel that there's some like fear, like things are things not good. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like there's stuff needs to be discussed and we need to get it out on the table, kind of thing. Okay, so don't be afraid, honey. It definitely is a necessary conversation is what I'm hearing.
All right. And we did receive another donation from Jessica.
From
Fernandez,
Jessica? Okay, well, she's there, so she gets her questions answered.
Who
then
asks, how many kids will I have, if any?
3. That came through really quick. So 3 children, yay. Make sure you keep me posted on that, hey?
Maybe just remind people not to spam.
Yeah, no spamming, guys. I'm only doing questions by donation, okay? So if you do want a question answered, please go and do a donate, and then you can have your questions answered here on my live, okay?
All right.
Yeah. And if you do a gift through the live, put your question there for me, okay?
All right. Our next question is... One moment. Here we go. Our next question here is from Samantha, who asks...
Samantha what?
Samantha Fugard.
Okay.
Who asks, am I having a girl? Will it be a healthy pregnancy?
So I'm hearing you're having a boy, honey, but it is definitely a healthy pregnancy is what I hear, okay? So don't worry about that. Yeah. I know she's like, I want a girl.
All right. There we go. All right. Our next question here is from Holly, who donated $5. And their question is, will things work out with M? And if so, do I need to reach out first or will he?
So I hear that you will have to do the reaching out for sure. So there is unfinished business is what I'm hearing. I don't necessarily feel that this is a relationship that's going to go on as a forever relationship, honey. So I do feel like somebody else is coming into your life, but there is stuff here that needs to be resolved is what I hear. So work those things out. Okay. All right. Our next question is from Jessica Huerta, who asks, will I get pregnant soon? Yeah, I hear that you're going to get pregnant within 4 months. So that's pretty soon.
All right, our next question is from Colleen, who asks, will I meet my divine partner, future husband, soon, or is it someone I already know, a friend?
So it's not somebody you already know. What I'm hearing for you is it's in 7 months. That timeline is very specific for you, so it doesn't feel like that's something that can be changed, okay? And I do feel like it's going to be at some kind of an event. It feels like maybe a holistic event or something where you're going to meet, okay?
All right. Let me just refresh our list here. And we did jump up a bit if you just want to go.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So welcome to my live, you guys. How it works here is if you want a question answered, just head up to my link tree and click the donate button. And when you donate, put your name and your question in so that we can get you right on the list and get your answers right away. Okay?
All right, our next question here is from Cindy Jacobs, who said $10.
Oh, thanks, Cindy.
And her question is, will Doug contact me soon, and when will we be together? Is it in my best interest to continue seeing Marcus in the interim?
So, you're going to hate what I'm going to say here. So it looks like somebody else is coming in. So neither one of these two are the ones for you. I hear another individual is going to be coming in the next 3 months. 3 to 4 months is what they say. So somebody else is coming into your life that is more in alignment to who and what you are, honey. Don't wait for the past to come back around is what I'm being told to tell you. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to be in this relationship with Marcus right now because it does help you to feel better. But somebody else is coming along that is more in your alignment. Okay?
All right. Our next
It's always complicated.
Our next question here is from Maha, who asks, should I go visit Kev today? Is Monday better? Also, currently at my parents' place, same area as my boyfriend, but have to go back to mine in 2 weeks. Will I get a key to my boyfriend's place before I go?
So I do feel that, yes, you will. I'm hearing Monday is a better time to go. So for whatever reason, wait till Monday. Yeah.
All right. There are a few people asking about donations.
Yeah, so if you want to donate to get on the list, just go up into my link tree and click the donate button. Pick whatever denomination you'd like and make sure that you put your name and your question into instructions for sellers so that we can get to your question right away, okay? And that way we don't have to look for you.
And if the link tree isn't working, you can also go through
my PayPal.
website.
Yeah, so if you, my
website,
sorry. If the link tree doesn't work for you, some people have a little bit of difficulty with it, you can go directly to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and then just click on the little light and there's a donate button, which is done through PayPal if you'd like to do it that way.
All right. Our next question here is from Isabella, who donated $5. And her question is, when will Gabriel and I be officially in a committed relationship? Thank you.
So I heard 2 months. It's going to happen, so don't worry. You guys already feel like you're moving in that momentum. It's moving that direction, so just give it a little bit of time before it becomes really solidified, okay? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Dominique, who asks, is Gianni interested in me?
So I do feel like there's feelings starting, but you're going to have to be a little bit more, I guess. You've got to make the move more, is what I'm hearing. So it just feels like I'm too shy or I'm too reserved to go forward and make the move. So maybe ask them out yourself. I do feel that there are feelings, but they're just shy about it, I guess.
All right. Our next question here is from Carmen, who sent $20.
Oh, thank you, Carmen.
And her question is, hi, Rebecca. Do you see me getting pregnant soon? And gender, please. Have a wonderful day. Sending blessings your way.
Yes, honey. So I hear that it is 7 months still away, but that is because of the alignment of the chart. It's definitely going to be a healthy baby girl is what I hear. Okay. So don't worry about the pregnancy, but you have to wait 7 months because of the alignment. Okay.
Right. Our next question here is from Jacqueline, who asks, when will I leave my current 9-to-5 job?
2 years, I heard. Sorry, honey. I know it's not what you want to hear, but that's when it's going to happen. I do feel like you're going to be self-employed in some aspects. So you're going to be doing something that's bringing in money that you're doing, and it's all dictated by you. So you're not going to be working for somebody else at that point is what I'm hearing.
All right. Our next question is from Michelle Sumner, who asks, will we reconcile?
I heard no. Sorry, honey. Yeah. It's not in your best interest is what your guides are telling me. It's better for you to move forward instead of backwards.
All right. Just got to refresh our list.
Yeah, for sure.
We did jump up quite
a bit, for sure. So welcome everybody who's here. If you'd like to have a question answered, just do so by donating through my link tree. Everybody who donates will get their questions answered here on my live today, and all donations are going towards my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. I'm raising money to get this one out. So how it works is go up into the donate button, put your question and your name in so that we can have you on the list with your question ready for us. Okay, guys? You can also pre-order a copy of The Little Light if you'd like to. The story is basically the journey of the soul from the other side, what the other side looks like, what we look like on the other side, what it looks like as we're picking our lives and our family and our experiences, and then what it looks like as we come into incarnation. So it's a very beautiful, beautifully illustrated book as well that tells the story of the soul. So it's a great book if you're interested in pre-ordering it. Oh, I should say we're now at 70 copies sold, so I'm very happy about that. We sold 5 yesterday.
All right. Our next question here is from Emily, Pink Splash Rose. Is her email. So Emily asks, what will be my next partner's standing features? Thank you.
So I get a D for the name, and it does feel like it might be David is what I'm getting. Very business oriented or very business like in the thinking process. Tall, very kind, very committed, and family oriented, honey. Also likes to travel. So that's nice. But this is somebody who's coming into your life fairly quickly, I'm hearing. Okay, so be ready.
All right. Our next question here is from Veronica Gomez, who asks, anything on my mom?
So Veronica, there's a lot of concern energy around you, and especially when it comes to health and wellness around your family. So I would be really ready and prepared for a lot of change that's coming your way, okay? And it feels like over the next year, it's going to be a lot of change, and I do feel that there is going to be some crossing over for people, okay? So just be prepared for that, honey, okay? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here, they didn't include their name,
That's
so I'll just
okay. Read the email. So listen for the email, okay, guys?
Kale Space or Kale's Pace, I'm not sure, sent $10, and they ask, is who I'm seeing who I'm meant to be with?
Yes, I heard that right away. So take it slow. Don't rush anything. Allow it to form naturally, but this is definitely the right vibration for you, okay, honey? If you push too fast, you might scare them away, so just make sure you're letting things happen and progress the way that they should. All right?
Could you remind people not to spam?
Yeah, don't spam, guys. If you've put your name in on the list, we'll get to you in the order that it's received, okay? And we always make sure everybody gets answered, even if it's not on the live. You can always send your question afterwards to my Instagram if we don't get to you fully on the live. But we're on the live now. Like, we stay on for about an hour and a half, so you have lots and lots of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Jess, who asks, how does Robbie feel about me after we hung out Saturday at the lake? He's been quiet.
Mm-hmm. Don't overthink. I'm going to tell you that. Definitely, it was a good experience on Robbie's side, is what I'm hearing. Just don't overthink it, okay, honey? It feels like Robbie's very busy right now, and I do feel like you're going to have contact from him within the next 2 days. So don't stress and don't worry about it, okay, honey? It's just you're overthinking it too much.
All right. Our next question is from Maria, who asks, I'm looking to switch careers. Will I be successful with this? And which field do you see my long-term career in? Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I see you doing some type of healing modality is what it looks like. It does feel like it might be alternative. I do see a big change. There's a lot coming your way. They're teaching you and helping you to kind of step into who you're here to be. They do show me that you are very empathic. You're also a hands-on healer. So you could do anything that has to do with hands-on. So it could be reflexology, it could be massage therapy, Reiki, whatever it is, but they're showing me hands-on, and it looks like it's going to be very successful for you, honey. So I would really focus my attention on the alternatives.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Jessie, who asks, will I graduate with a finance degree? Will I have a good career and be wealthy?
So it does look like, Jessie, you are going to, but I am seeing you taking something else. So I don't think you're done just like whatever you're set up with right now. It looks like you're going to add something to your master's. I don't know exactly how that works, but something is being added to give you a little bit of a step up from everybody else. So it doesn't look like you're finishing quite when you think. It looks like you're adding something else. Okay, but yeah, you will. You're going to be very successful.
All right. Our next question here is from Alexandra, who asks, where will things go with Connor?
Okay, so with Connor, I feel like there's a lot of fear around relationship and commitment. So give the time needed. Don't be too aggressive, I guess is the best word for it. Allow Connor to kind of feel comfortable before trying to move things forward, because it does feel like there's a lot of fear around being in a committed relationship. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's his own reservations, okay? But I do feel like this is something that you guys can make work, okay?
All right. I am just updating our list right now. There are a few people just saying donated.
So that's fine, guys. Don't worry about telling me that you've donated. If you donated, we get an email with your question you're put on the list in order of donations received. Okay, so we just go in the order as it's received. We go from the bottom up. So you're on the list. We will get to you. Typically what we'll do is we'll read out the list so that you know when your name is coming up if you can't stick around, okay? All right, do you want to give us the list?
Yes. So next,
Thanks for the corgi, honey.
Our next question will be from Taikisha Scott.
Okay.
Then C. Meyer. Then Sarah England. Then Lay. Then Misty. Then Nicole. Then Lisa M. Then Katie. And then Tiffany Williamson.
Okay, so that's the order we're going right now. And if you haven't heard your name yet, don't worry. We'll get to you. We're going to refresh after we get through that list, okay?
All right, so our next question is from Taikisha Scott from Alabama, who asks, will my boyfriend and I buy a house with a pool, and what year will I get Cadillac Escalade vehicle?
So I heard 4 years for the Cadillac, and I'm hearing that you guys will have a home. It feels like it's happening in 2024 for you guys, okay? And it is definitely going to have all of the necessities that you have and want. So I do hear that there will be a pool. It does feel like there might be some property as well included with that. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from, this is an email.
Okay.
So C Meyer 0119.
Okay.
There's fireworks.
I saw that.
And they ask, in my last question, you saw a change in my career in the next 2 years, but I recently got laid off. What's next for me? New job or become an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. Right away I heard that. You need to be taking care of it for yourself so that nobody can take it away from you. Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Sarah England, who asks, is going to flight school the right path for me? If so, will I start flight school this year?
Not this year. So I'm hearing it's in 2023. So you will be doing it, but I do hear that you're going to be getting in, and I don't know why there's a delay. It might be that there's just no room now. It's been already filled up or something to that effect, but I'm hearing that it's starting for you for next year. Okay? And definitely it's the right choice for you, honey. There's going to be a lot of freedom involved with it.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Lay, who says, hi, my name is Lay. Are me and Kasim done for good relationship-wise? We've been on rocky terms, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with us.
So I do feel like there's going to be a reconciliation. You guys are going to come back together, but it doesn't feel long-term, honey. So I do feel like it's going to be on again, off again, on again, off again, until you finally are like, okay, I can't keep doing this. And I do see 2023, somebody else coming into your life that is more in alignment with what you are asking for. Okay, somebody who doesn't have an issue with commitment and being in a relationship and really opening up. So that person is coming, but not until next year.
All right. Our next question here is from Misty, who asks, need help with my career path.
So Misty, right away they show that you're here to help. You seem to be more of somebody who should be working in nursing or something in the medical field is what I'm being shown. Okay, so if you aren't already doing it, becoming a nurse I think would be really ideal for you. Okay, that's literally what they're showing me you in, as a nursing outfit. Thanks for that. So you might want to look into that.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Nicole, who asks, will Walter and I get together and fall in love?
So it does. I get like, they show me fireworks, which just shows me, yes, this is definitely the right path for you, honey. Somebody has to be brave enough to start the process. So you guys are so tiptoey around each other about it. It's like you both have feelings, but nobody's taking that first step. So just take it. Take the plunge. Yep.
All right. Our next question is for Lisa M., who sent a $20 donation.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
And their question is, will my mother sell her house and move into an apartment soon?
So I'm hearing she is going to, but it feels like it's a little bit later in the year. So she's not doing it. It's not going to be like bam, bam, done. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be a little bit later in the year. But yeah, she is definitely transitioning into a smaller place.
All right. Our next question here is from Katie, who says, hi, my name is Katie. Do you have any insight into what my wedding venue looks like? I need help deciding what I want. Was also curious when you see me having children. Thank you so much.
So you're going to have 2 kids is what I hear. And I'm seeing it outside, honey. I see a lot of greenery and plant life and things like that. It's a beautiful outside wedding is what I'm seeing. So definitely that will make you happy. It's going to be a sunny, beautiful day. You don't have to worry about that. It's not going to be a rainy day, okay? But I do see it being outside, and it does look very green. And there's like an archway, but it's like a square archway, not rounded, with vines and stuff hanging down is what I'm seeing.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Tiffany Williamson, who asks, did my husband cheat on me recently, and will our marriage be saved or not?
No.
Will I have another baby?
Yeah, I don't get the sense that he has cheated on you, honey. I definitely feel like there's lack of communication. You guys have different ways of talking, and there's a lot of prideful energy. So that just means like, I'm right, you're wrong energy. So you guys got to work through that. Otherwise, you can't make things work. Okay, so if you want this to work out, we have to get rid of being right and just work through things. Okay, communication is key here. I do feel that there is a child in your future, but not until next year is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. We did reach the bottom of our list there, so
Okay.
I will read out our top gifter.
Perfect.
Stacy, Psychic Healer Stacy.
Oh, hi,
who's
honey.
donated like every single
Yes,
live.
I remember.
And her question is, anything on a new car anytime soon?
4 months is what I'm hearing. So not yet, but it does look like it is happening for you, okay, honey? So just don't worry. Oh, thanks. I got a hat.
All right, our next question here is from Patricia Guizar, I believe, who says, hello, blessings. I'm Patricia Guizar. Will Fernando Jr. Arias and I start a romantic relationship? If so, when? Please and thank you.
So my ear rang, which is always a validation, yes. I'm hearing that it's happening pretty quickly here, so it feels like it's at the end of the summer is where the relationship is actually going to start taking off and blossoming, okay? The energy's already started, but I feel like that's when you're actually going to connect. All right.
All right, our next question here is from Tiffany C., who asks, when will I get a positive pregnancy test?
August, I heard. So next month. Not yet, but next month. Don't get disheartened. It's all about the timing.
And could you remind people to put their name in with their question?
Yeah, if you guys can try to remember to put your name in with your question, that way we know who we're addressing and you don't have to listen for your email because that can sometimes get missed, okay? So when you're doing your donation, just put your name in with your question so that we have you on the list, okay? I'm making a lot of noise with my bracelets. I like bracelets. Oh, that one's fun. I've never seen that before.
That was also Stacy.
Oh, thank you, Stacy, honey.
All right. Our next question here is from This is an email.
Okay.
So mleal9898 asks, do you see when I will meet the person I'm supposed to be with? Maybe a name or initial and features? Thank you.
So I'm hearing an M. I get October. So I'm not sure if it's this year or next year. It feels like it kind of is shifting. So there's some stuff going on with you. You have to be okay with getting into a relationship for this person to come in. So I'd work on that. But I'm hearing it's in October. So this person is coming in pretty quick if you work on you, okay? Yeah.
All right. Just got to refresh our
Yeah,
list
for sure.
here.
If it's easier, you want to read out the names?
It's just because it's not in order unless I go on the link tree. All right.
Never mind then.
Our next question here is from... this is an email. So
Email, okay, so just listen for your email.
W Miranda 2, I believe, who asks, is D my Aquarius the person I'm going to get pregnant by, or is it someone else? And when? I just want to make sure. Please and thank you.
No, I definitely feel like this is the person you're going to have a child with, and I'm hearing it's coming, like the energy is already around you. Within the next 4 months is what I'm hearing. So you better be ready because it's happening whether you're ready or not.
All right, and we do have people asking, how do you get a reading?
Yeah, so definitely. So if you'd like to donate or if you'd like to have a reading done on my live, you just donate up in the link tree. So on the top of my page, it says link tree. There's a donate button. Put your name and question in so we can get you on the list, and that way we can just answer you right from the link tree.
All right. Our next question is from one of our top gifters, the one who sent all those cowboy hats.
Thank you.
Louise asks, is there a special person for me? Maybe an initial and when?
So I get an Aaron is what I'm hearing. So it's an A. And this person is coming in 7 months is what I'm hearing. So we're July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So February is what I'm hearing. 7 months actually. So March probably. In there, February and March is what I'm hearing. So, yeah. The name came through though, so at least that's good.
All right, I will read out our list here.
Okay.
So our next question will be coming from Emily B, then Maria Sapita, then Raquel Michelle, then Hoot Farms.
Love it.
Then Linda, then Kylie McDonald, then Destiny S, then Cheyenne, yeah, then Jay Calpusos, yeah, and then Kaylee.
Okay, perfect.
All
so
right.
that's the order that we're going to be reading your questions, okay, guys?
So Emily B. All right, Emily B asks, I'm going to graduate college this year, and I'm just wondering location-wise where I should go. I'm going to be a nurse.
I don't know if you're thinking about being in California, but I heard California right away. So I'm being drawn that way for you. For whatever reason, there is something there for you, honey. Okay?
All right. Our next question is from
Thanks, honey.
Maria Zapita, who asks, and they sent $20.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Their question is, will Lupe finally be with me, and do you see a future with us?
So I hear no. There's somebody else coming in for you within the next 4 months. The reason why this isn't working out is you guys have different paths. You have a different life journey than Lupe. I'm sorry to say it, but there is somebody coming in within the next 4 months for you, okay? That is your alignment, okay? Yeah.
All right.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Our next question is from Raquel Michelle, who asks, will things get better for me and my babies financially, and should I start this new adventure?
Oh, I heard yes right away for the adventure here. It's definitely going to change things for you and your family. I do see there's a shift happening. It's around 8 months from now, so there's going to be a shift financially for you. So whatever it is you're doing now is really contributing to this change. Okay, so it's definitely a positive move in the right direction for you guys.
All right. Our next question is from Hoot Farms, is the email, who asks, will I be financially secure if my husband dies first?
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to worry. You are very well taken care of, and it feels like you have a lot of spiritual support, so I'm not too concerned about you financially. Yeah.
All right, our next question is from Linda, who asks, I'm looking for an apartment to purchase. When will I find one? Anything on future love? Thank you.
I'm hearing 3 months before you're going to find the place that's right for you, okay, honey? And relationship, I'm hearing 2024, so it's not happening until then. And you have a lot of settling in your life that has to happen first before you are able to let somebody in. Okay.
All right, our next question here is from Kylie, who asks, any advice on what's next for me?
So Kylie, there's 2022 for you is really about learning who you are and how you tick and how you work, especially when it comes to your psychic abilities and your spiritual self, okay? So this is kind of a stage right now where you're just breaking out of being a hermit. So you kind of cut yourself off from things and now you're coming out of your shell. So it's time to start practicing your gifts. You're very empathic. I see that you're very clairvoyant, so you get images through your thoughts, your mind kind of thing. I don't know how else to describe it other than like a daydream. They want you working on that, okay? This is the next step for you, is opening up to who you really are so that you can navigate the world in a more full sense of it, okay? And it's really important. They also show me you writing, so it does look like you're going to publish some kind of a memoir or some type of book, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Destiny S, who asks, when will I hear from JJ again?
So they told me 2 weeks. So not too far away. Keep me posted.
All right. Our next question here is from Cheyenne, who asks, what will happen with my relationship and delivery of my daughter?
So it does look like there's ups and downs with the relationship, but in any relationship, I do see things improving within the next 4 months for you, okay, relationship wise. I feel like everything's going to be fine with you and your daughter, so I'm not too concerned there, okay, honey? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from, this is an email,
okay.
Jay Calpusos, who asks, what will happen between my husband and I? Do we forgive and work things out, or does he cheat again and we divorce?
No, he's definitely learning his lesson here, and wow, he's very blown away by your capacity to forgive. So I do feel that it's genuine, okay? I do see things working out for you guys, so definitely keep that open. I wouldn't walk away.
All right, I do believe... Oh, yeah, okay. Our next question here is from Kaylee, who says, hi, my name is Kaylee. What does the future look like for Jacob and I, relationship-wise, and will we gain financial stability soon?
Yeah, I do see. So it's going to be about 2 years before you guys have the stability that you're looking for, but I do see the relationship getting stronger. And by then, it looks like there's a lot of like property. I see you buying a home. I see you having this security that you've been looking for, okay? But it's not for 2 years, that part of it. The relationship itself is strong and getting stronger is what I'm hearing, so you don't have to worry.
All right, that was the end of our list there.
Okay.
We do have a couple people just spamming donated and stuff like that. If you just want to go over
Yeah,
it.
so if you've donated, you're going to be on the list. So we're just going to update our list now. We have to hit the refresh button once we get through it, okay? So we know that you've donated, and we're going to have you on in order of the donation coming in, okay? And don't worry, you guys, everybody gets their question answered. Thanks, Veronica. She sent me a wreath.
All right. So in order, our next question will be from Pooja, then Artie, then Tika Villa Meiser, then Grace Elizabeth, then Katie Thomas, then Terry Powell, and that's it for now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Pooja. Okay. Pooja asks, my partner Zia, when is a good time for her to apply for Pacific Category Resident Visa? And any idea what product I should start my online business with? Will I be financially abundant with that business?
So what I'm seeing with you is you're doing a lot. It feels almost like Amazon. So it's like bringing over everyday household stuff that people are using, turning over quickly, okay? So I do feel like that's going to be what you're going to be doing. I'm hearing that there's going to be a delay with paperwork. So within the next 4 months, I wouldn't wait any longer than that to apply for your partner, okay?
All right, our next question is from Artie, who asks, Should I reach out to Carlos? What do you get that I should do with my life?
I hear no with Carlos, so don't reach out. Wait for the other side to come to you, kind of thing. And I do feel like with you, they're gearing you more towards managerial. So if you aren't already in a supervisory position, that's kind of what I'm seeing you getting into. Okay, so you being in charge of a team, it feels like a small team, does feel kind of like it's an office space. Okay, so even if you aren't already doing that kind of thing, I would start applying for that kind of job. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Tika Villameiser, who asks, where would we move again after Georgia? And my son's future, he's 8 and very smart.
Oh, yeah, he is. I would say he's got a very high IQ. I heard Florida for you guys, so that for whatever reason you guys are being pulled that way. And I do feel like for your son, you are not going to have to worry. He's definitely going to be very successful and very capable in his life. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from, Grace, who asks, will Sean and I have a future together, or should I stop seeing him? Please and thank you.
I hear that you have somebody else coming into your life. Jonathan is the name that I get. I feel like with Sean, he doesn't really honor you the way that he should and does not respect you the way that he should. So it's definitely not the right vibration for you. Okay, honey?
All right. Our next question is from Katie Thomas, who asks, I feel so lost and I don't know how to fix that. Do you have any insight for me?
So for you, honey, right now there's a lot that's shifting for you, and that's kind of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. It's like disconnected, not wanting to be a part of the whole of society and the way that things are working and all of that kind of stuff. And that is actually a really good sign. I know that it feels awful when you're in it, but it just shows that you're ready for change and you're ready to do things differently. I hear that for you, stepping into using your talents and your abilities and being more you is going to benefit and change the path and how you're feeling. Okay, so moving into authenticity and doing only what is good for you. So don't do things based off of what other people are expecting. It's got to be things that you are wanting to do and have wanted to do for yourself. Okay, and that's what they're telling you is no more letting other people dictate your life. Okay, you got to be in charge now and tell them no more. And once you start taking that charge, you're going to see a lot of things change and you're not going to feel the way that you feel. Okay, but it is a good feeling because it means that you're ready for change. Okay.
All right. Our next question here, and this is the end of our list, is Terry Powell, who asks, how does Alfonso feel about me? Will he commit?
Yeah, I do feel like there is going to be a committed relationship here. Not as good at communicating as you are. So I don't know how to do, like, basically he's like, I don't know how to express my feelings the way that you do, and I'm different. But that doesn't mean I don't have feelings, right? So just give him time to step into it. And I do see you guys having a very nice relationship. So definitely a good thing. All right. All
right. Our next question is from one of our top gifters, Alexi, who asks, where and when will I meet my next partner?
So I'm hearing it's going to be next year, so 2023 for you. And it does feel like you guys are introduced. So I do feel like it might even be a family member that introduces you guys, and you come together in a group setting. So it might be that you're going to some kind of event or something with your family and they introduce you, is how it feels. Okay. It might be like a family gathering or family dinner or something like that, but it feels outside of a home. It's not inside a home. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Amanda, Lulu's mommy, who asks, is Steven cheating or is all the drama past us finally?
I feel like it's done. I don't think you have to worry. I think that that side of Steven is over. Definitely trust your intuition with certain things, but I'm not feeling that that is still happening, okay, or that is happening. I get a different feeling around it for sure.
All right. Our next question here is from Karen Ricard, who asks, is Daniel and I's relationship over for good? Will I end up moving out and get my own place?
So I don't hear that it's over for good. Right as soon as you were saying it, the question, I'm like, no, it's not over. So you guys have unfinished business. I do feel like eventually it probably will fizzle out and you will move on, but I'm not hearing yet. So it feels more like that's happening next year. This year, it's not.
All right. Our next question is from Martina, who's donated pretty much every time too.
Thank you so much, Annie.
And she asks, how does Dave feel about me, and what did he think of me when we first met? Also, does he feel that I like him?
So I feel like Dave doesn't know. Not because you aren't being obvious, because I really do feel like you are sharing that, but I think you just need to come out and say it. That's how it feels with Dave. He's a little bit unawares when it comes to emotions and feelings and things like that. So there are feelings on his side. I definitely do feel that, and instant attraction is what I'm hearing. So it's definitely a good thing to go forward with. I would just tell him how you feel. Yeah. Life's too short anyway. All right.
Our next question here is from, is from Tess, who asks, are Chris and I close to union?
Yeah, it does feel like you guys are definitely going to come together. I think you got to get out of your head about it and just go for it. Okay, don't just fantasize anymore. Like, just go forward and just be like, hey, you want to go on a date with me somewhere, you know, like that. I mean, do it a little bit more elegantly, obviously, but just go forward with it. All right.
Our next question here is from Cindy, who asks, is Dylan and Maddie going to have a baby boy or girl?
I heard a girl, so there you go, and a nice healthy one. Large baby is what I'm hearing. So too funny.
All right. If you want to just go over everything again.
Sure, for sure. So if you do want to have a question answered, you just have to go up into my link tree to the donate button, put a donation in, and put your name and question in for instructions to sellers so that we can get to your question. All donations are going towards getting my children's book out. So I am an indie author, which means I'm self-published, and I am publishing a children's book called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's the journey of the soul from the other side coming into this incarnation, and what that looks like. So what the other side looks like, what we look like on the other side, what it looks like as we're picking our lives and our experiences, even the things that we're going to struggle with, that kind of stuff, and then what it looks like as we come into incarnation. So I had an experience when I was younger where I actually crossed over, went to the other side. I was told it was not my time to be there and was sent back, but I was able to see what we look like and what the other side is like, and you know, this book is really to help kids remember who and what they are and what the soul is all about. So if that sounds like something that would be of interest to you, you can pre-order a copy through my link tree or my website under The Little Light, and the website is www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right. All right, you got your list?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to read out the next list of everybody who is getting their questions answered next. Okay.
All right, so in order, our next question will be from Courtney, then Patricia Yu, then Hannah Streak 2000,
Okay.
then Lupe, then Tina LaRobe, then Beck 116,
Okay.
then Brooklyn, then Shelby Lessman, then W Zuniga 24,
Okay.
and then Rosa.
There you go. So you guys are all next. All right.
All right. What did I say, Courtney? Here we go. All right. Courtney asks, name of my soulmate and when will I meet him?
So I heard the name Arthur right away. It came through really loudly. I'm hearing 2023, but in the beginning part of the year is what I hear. So not that far away. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Patricia Yu, who asks, can you tell me what my love life looks like in the near future?
So it looks like for you, you have a couple of people that are going to come around that could be potential suitors, but your partner, your soulmate who's supposed to be with you, I feel like isn't coming in until January. Okay, so don't commit until then. Basically, it's the way I feel. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Hannah, who says, hey, I'm Hannah. Should I visit a clinic because of my mental health? And will I be able to continue my training? Going to be a medical assistant.
I say yes for both of those things. You are definitely going to succeed in that, honey. So don't be stressed about that. And when it comes to, you know, the balancing and whatnot, I also do hear that a lot of what you're intaking is really throwing you out of balance, which is really affecting how you feel. Okay. So, talk to somebody and get some assistance that way. Okay. It's definitely going to make things a lot easier for you. Okay.
All right.
All
Our
right.
next question here is from Lupe, who says, "Hi, my name is Lupe. What will happen between Chris and I? Is it over between him and I? Also curious on what I need to do for work. Should I stay or leave my job? Thanks."
Don't stay at your job. I hear it's not time for you to leave until like later next year. It does feel like you guys have unfinished business, so I don't feel like it's over. You definitely need to sit down and have a conversation and really resolve some things first before we close that door, is what I'm being told. Okay, so I don't feel like you guys are going to be in a long-term relationship, but there is still unfinished business, is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question here is from Tina LaRobe, I believe is how it's said.
Okay.
And Tina asks, "Will Joseph and I get back together romantically in our marriage?"
So it feels to me like there is going to be a short reconciliation, but it doesn't feel like it's long-term, honey. So it's worth doing, but I just don't think that this is going to last. Okay, so yeah, it's really going to become your choice whether you get back together or not, but that's how it feels. It's like it's not something that's going to last for you. All right.
I do see some people said that they donated multiple times. If you just want to...
Okay, yeah. So if you do more than one donation, depending on how big the list is, if we might not get to you during the live. Anybody that does a multiple donation can send their question over to my Instagram account. Okay, if you can't stay on the live, feel free to go and send it over now. I always answer all the questions as soon as I get off the live, and I do it in order of receiving. So the sooner you send it over, the sooner you'll get your questions answered. Typically on the live, I don't have a chance to get to second and third donations depending on how early you're on the live, but because we're halfway through the live, it's probably not going to happen. So if you do have a question or a donation that you put in afterwards, just send your question over to my Instagram. Okay.
All right. And I do see some people are asking how long the list is still. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people left on the list, and then we'll be refreshing
And then we'll be refreshing it. Yeah. So we'll read out, so we have the 5 that we've already read out that are up next, and then we will read out the next list as well, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Beck116, who asks, "Will Shelby and I get back together, and when?"
I hear yes, and within the next 3 months is what I'm hearing. So you guys will definitely be reconciling.
All right. Our next question is from Brooklyn, who asks, "Are Adrian and I going to end up together, or is there someone else that's for me? Is Adrian going to reach out soon?"
So I hear a different name. I don't know if you already know this person, but I get the name Timothy, and this is who is meant for you. Okay, so this is the person that's going to light your heart on fire and keep you happy and move you in the right direction. So I'm getting somebody else. Sorry, honey.
All right, and I do see someone missed their question. If you just want to tell them it'll be on YouTube.
Okay, who was it?
Martina.
So we did answer your question, honey. I will upload the video after it downloads on TikTok up to my YouTube channel, okay? So you can go back and just listen for your name, okay?
All right, our next question here is from Shelby Lessman, who asks, "When will I finally get pregnant? It's been almost a year since our miscarriage."
So I'm hearing that it is going to be next year. It's not this year, okay? But that's okay. Everything is about timing for you guys, okay? And I do feel like it's got to be for the birthday. So I'm hearing about 6 months into 2023, you will be pregnant by then, okay? So don't stress too much. I know it seems like a long time away, but it's honestly all about the timing for the baby.
All right. This next one doesn't have a name, so
okay,
I'll
so just read the email.
Out the email.
Okay, so just listen for the email, okay?
So WZUNIGA24 asks, "Is Eddie the one for me?"
I got yes right away. So definitely this is the right vibration for you, honey.
All right.
Is that the end of that list?
This is the end of the list.
This is the end of this list. Okay.
So our last question here, we'll be updating the list right after this, is Rosa Lascano asks, "Is there anything my spirit team wants me to know regarding my gifts? Anything on love for me?"
So, honey, you're not going to have your love interest come in until 2024 because you have a lot of things that you're going to be going through this year and next year that is going to really transform you and open you up in a way that's going to change who you are and how life is working for you, okay? So you're not ready for this person until then is what I'm hearing. I would tell you from them, they want you going and learning Reiki, learning how to do energy work because you are an energy healer, which means that you need to be doing something in the healing modality, okay? You need to be healing people. I do feel like for you, Reiki is the way to go. So Google a Reiki master in your area, which is just a fancy way of saying Reiki teacher. Reiki is R-E-I-K-I if you don't know how to spell it. I know that it's kind of a strange word, so that way you can find it, no problem, okay? But for you, you definitely need to start working with your gift more, okay? And I do feel like doing Reiki for animals for some reason. So you may be doing healing for animals and pet owners that have like older animals that are suffering from arthritis and things like that, okay? But that's what they want you to do. They really want you communicating. Your guides communicate with you mostly through numbers. So I would pay attention to what we were just thinking, saying, or feeling when you see those numbers to validate. Okay, honey? And then just Google what the numbers mean. All right. You got your list?
All right. Yes. Someone is also asking, what if they don't have Instagram?
If you don't have Instagram, you can go ahead and send your question over to my email, which is rebeccadragonheart44@gmail.com.
All right, our new list here in order. Our next question will be from Ilse Veronica, I believe, Ilse.
Okay.
Then Kirsten Webb, then Suprina, then Jessica B-Me116.
Okay.
Then Ochoyeni, I believe, that's just the email.
That's okay.
Then Helen Grant, then Sally, then Katie Knight, then Lanisha Banks, then Watoshi5129,
Okay.
then Kimberly, then Freddie.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So who's the start?
Ilse.
Ilse.
Yeah,
All right, Ilse, you're next.
I believe that's the right name, right? Ilse? Yeah. All right.
I don't know. Is that how you say it?
So this next question, they say, "Hi, I'm Ilse. Is Emmanuel the person I'm supposed to have my firstborn baby with, or is it someone else? Also, when will this baby come? Girl or boy?"
So I'm hearing for you, it's about 2 years before you have a child, and I do feel like it's going to be with somebody else. Sorry, it doesn't feel like it's going to be with this person. But 2 years from now, there you go. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Kirsten Webb. Asks, currently in separation from Justin. I want to know if you're going to end up getting married and having kids. If so, how many? Thank you.
So I see somebody else, honey, that is going to be stepping in within the next 6 months and being more of a partner for you. So I don't see this path working for you. I see something else for you, and I do feel like you are going to have, a family with somebody else is what I'm hearing here. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Suprina, who sent $20.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
And their question is, will I have a baby? When? If not, when will I come to terms with that?
Yeah, no, you will. I hear that you will be pregnant beginning of next year. It does look like you might need some medical intervention, so it might be done with, what do they call it? IV something?
IVF?
IVF, thank you. So it might be that a doctor has to help you out, but I do see you having a pregnancy in the early part of next year. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Jessica B-Me116, who asks, is Robbie falling for me? Will we come together long term?
Yes, yes, and yes. And you guys are going to have a really fun relationship, it looks like. So make sure you are very open and receptive and keep that communication open with each other. Okay, guys? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from, this is an email, so Ocho Ayeni asks, what is the future for me and my family? Will my husband get justice in court and we can finally be free from the nightmare?
Yeah, it does feel like it's still taking a little bit of time, but there is going to be a balance here, okay? So yes, you guys are definitely going to find yourselves in a better situation from this whole mess, but it does feel like it's still kind of dragging a little bit for the next year, okay? So don't worry, it is going to work out in your favor, is what I hear. Yeah.
All right, our next question here is from Helen Grant, who asks, been dating my boyfriend for the last 3 years. Is there a future for us, or should we separate?
So what it feels like with you guys, it's like you're stuck at the same energy. You haven't moved forward for a while. You've been just kind of comfortable with each other the way that things are. So I haven't seen a progression happening. That doesn't mean that it can't. It just means that there has to be a conversation. So you have to really open up to what it is you guys are trying to what goals you have, basically, and they have to match, right? I do feel like you guys can work it out, so I wouldn't walk away from this relationship, but it just feels like you haven't moved forward for a while, and it does feel stagnant. So conversation, yeah, really important.
All right, our next question here is from Zally or Sally, who asks, will Alberto reach out again, and when? Thank you.
I hear about 3 weeks. You guys are going to have a nice long conversation, so very soon. And yes, he's reaching out.
Our next question here is from Katie Knight, who asks, what's next for me? I've been a little lost lately. School in the future / moving out soon?
I do hear you're going to be moving out, but I feel like it's the beginning of next year, so not yet. And I do feel like you're going to be going to school. Now, they're showing me you doing some type of training with technician, like as a technician of some sort. So it might be something in a hospital where you're using like a machine there and taking scans of people or something to that effect. I'm not exactly sure what they're showing me because it's like a machine basically. So look into that. See what's available in your area, I guess, and see what resonates with that.
All right. Our next question here is from Lanisha, who has donated a lot as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, honey.
She asks, hey, thanks for answering all of my past questions. Will Darius reach out to me, or will I have to reach out to him?
I hear you'll have to reach out because Darius feels very stubborn and just very prideful. So you'll have to do the reaching for sure.
All right. Our next question is from Watoshi5129, who sent a $20 donation.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
And their question is, ideas for a second career for me?
So I see you doing something online. It does feel a lot like buying and selling. So you might be buying product and selling product. It does feel like it's, I don't know how to describe what it looks like, but basically it's maybe cell phone stuff. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like electronics of some sort, but you're buying and selling. So you're buying wholesale and then you're selling it at retail pricing is what I'm seeing. It doesn't look like you have to keep a bunch of stock because it's something you can order on demand kind of thing is what it feels like. But it's definitely going to be very lucrative for you and it's going to give you a lot of financial freedom. All right.
Could you just remind people not to spam that they've donated?
Yeah, we know that you've donated. So if you've donated, please don't spam us that you've donated. We have you on the list. We're just going through our list from the order that it's been received, okay? And anybody, if we are finished the live and we don't get to your question, you can always send your question over to my Instagram and I will make sure that everybody gets answered. It sometimes can take 24 hours for me to get to everybody because there is a lot of people that do send over their questions, but I will always get to everybody, okay?
And we do answer top gifters as well.
Yes, we do answer the top gifters as well. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Kimberly, who asks, will I ever get pregnant again? Will it be good, and when? And will I be with my kid's dad again? And if so, can I know when? If we will get married, or am I just going to meet someone new?
I feel you're going to meet somebody new. I don't feel like you're going to be with your kid's dad. I do hear that in 2024, you're going to have another child, and it's going to be a healthy pregnancy, so you don't have to worry. Okay, honey?
All right. Our next question here is from Freddie, who has donated lots in the past as well.
Thanks so much, Freddie.
And they ask, is Hugh a person from my past life? I really do care about him. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have had a couple of past lives is what I'm hearing. In one of the lives, you guys were siblings, and others you were close. So you had relationships with each other as well. So you have a contract in this life to be connected. It may not be a romantic connection forever kind of a thing, but I do feel like you're going to always have this person in your life as a friendship, okay? So this is an important person. There will be a bout of like space between you guys, but you always seem to come back together and it feels like no time has ever passed. All right, this is a person you need to keep in your life at least as a friend is what I'm being told.
All right, I will read out our top gifters since that was the end of our list.
Okay.
So, one of our top gifters, Abigail, asks, how does Ron feel about me? Will we be a couple soon?
Yeah, it does feel like you guys are going to have a relationship. I don't know that Ron is your soulmate though, honey. I do feel like there's somebody else that's a little bit more suited to you vibrationally, but this is something that is going to help open you up to that potential energy, okay? So it's definitely worth it.
All right. And our other top gifter, Soraya asks, will my ex Omar's mom reaction be good if I end up meeting her this weekend? Will it go good?
Yeah, I feel like it will. I mean, she's picky for her child is what I'm hearing. So you just have to be you, honey. Don't stress and worry about that. It doesn't matter who it is. There's always going to be like, oh, I don't know if you're good enough, but you definitely are good enough. So don't worry about that, okay? All right.
Now we've got to update our list. I also see someone donated $20, but they didn't put their question in.
Okay. And
so their email is crothbart@comcast.net.
All right. If that's you, honey, can you please send us your question?
All right. While I update this.
Yeah, for sure. I'll talk a little.
Someone just said, I just bought your book.
Yay! You want to talk about it? So this is the book, just because there are new people joining. So I am an indie author, which means I'm self-published. The book is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. Thank you so much for supporting. We actually do have a target of 2,000 books sold or pre-ordered by the end of July. Right now we're at, now 71 because somebody just bought. So we're getting there slowly. I know miracles can happen, especially here on TikTok. So that's what I'm pulling for. So if you do want to pre-order a copy, you can do so on my website or through my link tree. My website is www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Under The Little Light. Everybody who supports early actually gets a special edition copy. So it's going to have the gold leaf. See how it shines there? And then the pages are also going to be gold leafed. It's also going to be signed by me. So you will get that. And then there's some special gifts we're going to send with that as well. I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're surprises. So if you do want to pre-order a copy, please go ahead and do so. And all donations are going towards helping me to pay the illustrator and the printing company, all that kind of stuff. It's quite expensive to actually print an illustrated book. Not as easy as you think, but totally worth it. All right. And if you do want to donate and get a question answered, just go up into my link tree, click the donate button. Please put your name and your question into instructions for a seller, and we will put you on the list, okay?
All right. Okay. Our new list here in order. Our next question will be from Geraldine Garcia, then Cynthia Santiago, then Megan Moore, then Samaya, then Scott, then Melissa, then Chelsea, then Bumpy1023, then Nicole K, then Taylor McIntosh, then Lena, and then Valissa.
Perfect. So that's the list in order as it is right now before we refresh. All right.
Here we go.
There we go.
Right. Geraldine Garcia asks, when will I be working again and getting a job?
I hear 2 months for you, okay, honey? So I know it's still a bit of ways, but the right position for you is opening up then, okay?
All right. I do see someone did it. Kimberly didn't hear her reading.
Okay.
Did it?
I did answer her?
Yeah.
Okay, so about, I would say, 5-10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So we just did it. I don't even know how she's going to be able to. I will upload the video on my YouTube, so you'll be able to see your answer there, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next question, you already answered Geraldine, right?
What was the question?
Geraldine Garcia, when will I be working again and getting a job?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Our next question is from Cynthia, who asks, am I still on track for a healthy pregnancy this month? Successful and full term? Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, you are, honey. And you're doing everything right, so please try not to be too stressed out, okay? Definitely doing the right thing. And I feel like for you, music and meditation will help a lot as well.
All right. Our next question is from Megan, who asks, any insight into when I'll have a stable income? Is the online course the way to go? Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely do feel you doing some education that's going to help upgrade you. I'm seeing that the stability that you're looking for is probably not going to happen until the beginning of next year, but you're going to be okay in the interim is what I'm hearing, okay? So don't stress too much. It's just, it takes time to get to where you're going, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Samaya, who asks, when will I be receiving an abundance of money? Will my business be successful?
So I hear with your business, it is already starting to move in that direction. It's definitely getting better and better every day. I feel like you're going to see a lot more success with the business about halfway through next year, so more in the middle of next year. And I do see a big lump sum kind of coming in around June, July, okay? So, and it is pertaining to whatever you're doing business-wise. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Scott, who asks, "How is our oldest son Cameron doing?"
Oh, I heard right away. Fine. Don't worry about me. I'm good. It's all good. It's really important to focus in the right direction, is what I'm hearing. So honestly, doing fine.
All right. Our next question here is from Melissa, who says, "Hi, I'm Melissa. My question is, do I have spirit guides? Are they family? What do they help with?"
So you do have family members that come and visit. They're not spirit guides. So family members are a little bit different. They come and go, where our spirit guides are with us 24/7. You have 4, which is actually a lot. Most people only have 1 or 2. People who have more, it's typically because they're here to do humanitarian work. And I hear with you, definitely, they show me your mouth, which means that you're here to help counsel people, okay? Which means that you're, it doesn't mean you have to go be a counselor, but you're definitely a good ear and you always give good advice, okay? And that's usually what that means. So you're here to give advice to the people that you care about, kind of thing. But the fact that you have 4 guides shows me that you might have a bigger purpose in that. So you may want to think about being a counselor or a therapist or something to that effect and working with people in that way, okay? With your guides, they do communicate quite regularly with you. You'll get the ringing in the ear. Sometimes you'll feel like the pressure and then a thought will come in. I also see that they do use numbers with you as well. So again, it's really important that when you see a sequence of numbers, now it's not always like the 111 or 333. Sometimes it's like a sequence of weird numbers, but they seem to stand out for you or they seem to be repetitive. That's just their way of validating that that's them. When you see that, you want to ask yourself, what was I just thinking, feeling, or saying in that moment? And then you want to look and see what those numbers actually stand for, and that will help you to understand how they communicate with you, because with everybody the numbers mean something a little bit different, okay? So it's really important that you work it out and start really communicating more openly with them. Okay, you'll see a big difference in things.
All right. Our next question here is from Chelsea, who asks, "When will I be in my next relationship? Also, should I be focusing on anything more right now?"
Yeah, you're definitely going to have a relationship starting 8 months from now that is more in alignment with who you are. And what I'm hearing, honey, is it's really important that you start stepping into who you're meant to be, being authentic all the time, okay? So really be the person you're meant to be and don't let people sway you from who you are, okay? You're very empathic, so learn about being an empath as well. You're very sensitive to people.
All right. Our next question here is from Bumpy1023.
I love it.
Who asks, "When will Adam and I be together as a couple?"
So I heard that it's going to be about 2 months before that can happen. So whatever's going on for both of you, it's not going to happen until about 2 months from now.
All right. Our next question is from Nicole K, who asks, will I ever get remarried?" Oh my.
I live downtown. Sorry. Yeah, we'll wait for that to go by. Will I ever get remarried? Is that
Will I ever get remarried? If I do, will it be to my ex-husband or someone else?
Oh, I hear somebody else, definitely. And the name Scotty comes in, and they go by Scotty, not Scott. So there you go. That's what I heard to say, so I'm just saying it.
All right. Our next question here is from Taylor, who says, "Hi, Rebecca. Any advice on what I should do career-wise? I'm currently a nurse and struggling with whether to leave the profession entirely or explore other areas within nursing."
Yeah, I'm hearing for you, it's definitely better if you explore other areas. It feels like you're going more privatized, and I don't know if you can do that in where you are, but it does feel like you're going to be taking care of like people in respite or people that are like elderly and at the end of their life. So it's like end of life care kind of a feeling is what it feels like. And you don't have a fear around that. So I do feel like you'd be helpful in that situation, but it does feel like you're more privatized and you actually get better hours, better pay, and better respect. I don't know. So I would stay within your nursing experience for sure, but working more on the end of life.
All right. Our next question here is from Lena, who sent a $20 donation.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Lena asks, "Any guidance on my journey? So much change occurring at once and feeling lost in all aspects of life. I feel like it's falling apart, but maybe it's falling together."
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. I love the way you said it because, honey, we have to break down these old paradigms for you, okay? And they show me a lot. So they're showing me energy coming in through the top of your head, which is always indicative of somebody who's very psychic, okay? So you have a lot of downloads is what we call that. So a lot of inspired intuition and thoughts that come in. You're also precog, which means that you dream things that are going to happen in the future, okay? So you want to work with this energy. And the reason why things are breaking apart is because there's a lot that's holding you back from stepping into your psychic gifts in the right way and in the way that it's going to be beneficial for you and for those around you, okay? So we have to get rid of, is what your guides are saying. We have to get rid of some of this stuff because it's not helping you to be the person you need to be, okay? I would really work on listening, getting into a meditative state. Keep a journal with you so that you can meditate, whether it's like listening to a guided meditation or just listening to music and allowing thoughts to come through, and then start jotting it down. You have the ability to do the automatic writing, so go look that up, because this is going to really help you understand the information that's coming in, honey, okay? And it's very overwhelming, I know, because I can feel like as it's coming in, it's like so much information, but you're going to get a handle on it, okay? As long as you start using the right tools to understand what's happening, okay?
All right.
That was a lot, I know.
Our next question here.
Thanks,
Our next question here is from Valissa, who asks, will I finally get pregnant this cycle? If not, when, and what will the gender be? Thank you.
I'm hearing 3 months before you're actually going to be pregnant, and I do hear a little boy. Okay.
All right. This is the end of our list here. Okay. So Heather is our last question for now until we refresh. Heather asks, am I going to do well in law school? Also, do you see someone special coming into my life soon?
So I hear for you, not until a little bit later next year that somebody's coming in. You're definitely going to do well in the area of law school, honey. So please put the stress away because you're going to be just fine. I really don't have any reservations there. So it's going to be good. Okay? Oh, thanks, honey. All right. Do you want to refresh?
Yes.
You're welcome, honey.
All right. If you just want to go over.
Yeah, for sure. So if you do want to pre-order a copy of The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, I am trying to hit 2,000 pre-orders by the end of July. So it would be very helpful. We're at 71 now. And so that's super exciting, by the way. Thank you so much for your guys' support. The Little Light is a book that I actually channeled over 20 years ago. I didn't put it into the world because back then it wasn't really the time, and I didn't feel like people would be as receptive as they are now. And I'm a part of a very big spiritual community now, you guys, and a lot of people that it just blows my mind. So if you do want to pre-order a copy, anybody that supports early does get a special edition. So it's a little bit more delicate, has the gold leaf on the front and then also on the pages. And then I will sign each copy. So you will get a signed copy for being supportive in the beginning. Also, you can book a reading with me as well. If you'd like to do that, you can do that through my website, which is www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right.
All right.
I got a little fruit fly or something here. Trying to go up my nose.
All right.
All right. You got your list?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to read out the list of the next questions being answered, okay?
So in order, we have, our next question will be from Stephanie Terry, then Karen Richards, then Kamisha, then Shelly, then Nimesh, then Cassie, then Lisa Lizard, then Lindsay, and then, one moment, Ashley.
Perfect. So you guys are all next.
And there's still lots more to be answered. I do believe we have
about 17 minutes. Perfect. Yeah. And if we don't get to your questions here on the live, you can always send your question over to my Instagram and I answer everybody as soon as I get off the live, okay? It can take me up to 24 hours because there's sometimes hundreds, but I get to everybody. So I will make sure to have your questions answered, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Stephanie Terry, who sent a $20 donation.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie.
Their question is, am I on the right path with moving out and talking to someone new? Also, is my career on the right path?
Yeah, for both of those, absolutely. And the thing is, honey, they're telling you to get ready because things are about to open up in a huge alignment. They're showing me a wave, which means a lot of success in both areas. Okay, so it looks like it's very positive changes for you. I know you've had to be brave about it, but it's really good. All right, and you are being guided, so you're not doing this on your own. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Karen Richards, who asks, Is there any more babies in the future, and will me and Carl be together for many more years to come?
So I hear yes, you're going to have one more, and yeah, you guys do feel like a team, so you guys are good to go. Definitely positive.
All right. Someone did ask, can you remind us again what happens if we donated more than once?
So if you donated more than once, what I would suggest, because the donation list is usually fairly large, send your question over to my Instagram and make sure you put your email that you used to donate, just so I can validate, and your question there, and then I will answer you on Instagram, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Kanisha, who also sent a $20 donation.
Oh, wow. Thank you, honey.
They say, hi, my name is Kanisha. I hope I'm saying that right. How does Claudia feel about me? Will we be in a relationship again?
Yeah, I do feel like there is going to be a reconciliation. I think that for you, it's really important that you're patient. It feels like it's going to be about 2 months before you guys can come together. Communication is really important, okay? So just be open-hearted when you guys do communicate, all right? Don't hide anything or hold anything back.
All right, our next question here is from Shelly, who says, my name is Shelly. When and where will I meet my next partner and have a serious relationship?
So it looks like, I don't know why, but it feels like a Christmas party of some sort. So it feels like Christmas time, and it's definitely a party. It feels like a Christmas party, basically. So if you get invited to a Christmas party, please go.
All right, our next question here is from Nimesh, who also sent a $20 donation.
Oh, wow, you guys, I love you. Thank you so much for the support.
All right, so Nimesh asks, will Yana, I believe is how you say that, and I get back together, or will we stay separated?
No, I feel like you guys will. You will definitely reconcile, and it feels like on the second go, it's successful, okay? So it is going to be a positive experience for both of you. The time apart has really shown you how much you care about each other. All right?
All right, our next question here is from Cassie, who asks, clarity on marriage/love life, please.
So you aren't going to have your person come in for about 1.5 years, and what they're telling me is you need to clear your relationship baggage, okay? So what they mean by that is anything that you feel negative about past relationships is still holding you back from being able to move forward in a positive relationship, okay? So get into a meditative state and really look at it. Why do I feel bad about certain things from my past? And if I still feel bad about them, then I got to work through them, because that's how I'm going to clear that energy, and it's not going to hold me back anymore, okay? So understand that all relationships, whether they're positive or negative or good or bad, whatever, however you want to call it, they always have a reason in our life and teach us so much. And so I want you to try to find the positives from those experiences, okay? And once you clear that energy, honey, you're opening the door. And I do see a D for the name of the person coming in. And it's, 1.5 years from now is what I'm hearing for you. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Lisa Lizard, who asks, what do you see about my job? Do you see me working for myself? And if so, doing what?
So I do feel like you're working for somebody else for a little while, honey, but I'm hearing in about 2 or 3 years, you're going to change that. So you will be self-employed. Then it does feel like it might be an MLM or something to that effect. Okay, so you might want to look into what that might be. It feels like somebody close to you is going to introduce you to it, but it doesn't feel like it's for about 2 or 3 years. Okay, and that's where you're going to find your success. Right now, it feels like you need to be working for somebody else. I know it sucks, but that's the way it is.
All right, our next question here is from Lindsay, who asks, will I be financially well off by the end of this year so I can buy a home next year?
You will definitely be able to buy a home next year, but I'm feeling like you're not going to hit your target until about 2 or 3 months in, okay? So just be really careful and strict with yourself. So it can be hard, I know. So careful and strict with yourself, but I do see you getting a house next year. Yeah. Okay?
Our next question here is from, and this is the end of our list.
Okay.
Ashley, who asks, will Jose propose to me potentially this year? Also, will we get approval for a nice house by the end of the year?
Again, I do feel like you guys are going to have a house. It feels like early in the year, next year. And yeah, I definitely do see a union for you guys. So I do see that happening very quickly. Yeah.
right. Someone asks, do you do mini readings versus full?
Just, so what I do is full readings. They're 45 minutes long, but you can do email questions. So when I'm not on my live, my questions are actually worth $30. But you can purchase as many as you need. So sometimes people will purchase like 4 questions and then just send them to me and I email you back with the answers. So that's kind of how I do the mini reads. It's just done over email. When I do the full reading, it's done over Zoom. So it's face-to-face.
And the lives are like this?
And the lives are like this. I do a members live as well once a month at the end of every month, which is done over Zoom. And you get to be face-to-face with me as well. I only take a few people for my members lives though, so those are capped. I do have room, but they are capped. That way I can guarantee everybody gets their questions answered on the live.
All right. I will read out our new list here.
Perfect.
So in order, our next question will be from Joey McKenzie. Then Crothbart, that person sent in their question, so they'll be next.
Oh, perfect.
Then Kiet0001, then Camilla, then Jalissa, then Capricia, then Gabby.
Okay.
Then, one moment, Linda, then Samantha B, then Lakin, which is a very nice name.
It is.
Then Yolanda. Then we have B.R. Singh.
Perfect.
And that should be the most that we can answer after that.
Probably, yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how fast they go.
All right. Let me just get back up.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. Joey McKenzie says, "Hi, Rebecca. I have been wanting to start my own business, but not sure if or when is the right move. Can you give me any clarity? Thank you."
Yeah, so I'm hearing for you, not this year, but for you in 2023, it feels like it's about around March will be when you should do it, not before then, okay? So for whatever reason, I do feel like you're going to partner with somebody, so it's not going to just be you. So it does feel like it's going to be a partnership somewhere, okay? It's going to be successful, so don't stress and worry about it, but just wait until March. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Crothbart, who sent that big donation before.
Oh, right. Thank you.
They said, "I donated twice, but did not put my question on. I will put both here. Will my son get the job he is interviewing for? Will I become a grandmother in the future?"
Yes, and yes. And you're going to have a grandson. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right. Our next question here is from Kyet001, who asks, "When will a love interest come into my life?"
So it feels like it's the beginning. So I'm hearing April, so the beginning of next year for you. And it's just because you have to get ready. Okay, so you just have to make space in your home and in your heart for somebody to come in.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Camilla, who asks, "How long will I be single?"
No, another year is what they say. That's okay. You've got so much going on in your life that you just don't have time for somebody to come in right now to be a serious partner. So next year, and that will change for you. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Jalissa, who asks, "Hello, will I be promoted at work? If so, when? And what does the manager think of me? Thanks."
So I do hear that there will be a promotion, but I'm hearing not until more towards the end of the year for you. So not yet, but it is coming up. So, I mean, that's only 5 months away for the end of the year. So it will happen. The manager is, it feels like they're still trying to get to know you, or they're not 100% sure of your ability. So I think you need to really shine and show them what you can and are capable of, okay? It's really important.
All right. Our next question here is from Capricia, who asks, "Can you pick up on what my guides want me to know in the present moment? I feel stuck." That's for Capricia.
Okay. So for you, honey, it's really important that you understand how your gifts work. You're an empath, so it's part of the reason why you feel like you want to hermit a lot is so that you can cleanse your energy. So that's the biggest message I get from them, is for you to learn how to cleanse. So what they want you to do is, you know, at the end of your day, whether it's sitting with a crystal and clearing or getting in a shower and clearing, clear your energy. Okay, it's really important because you are too open, too dilated is the best way to explain it. So your heart chakra is too open, and so you take a lot of energy in that's not yours, and so clearing that is going to be so beneficial for you, honey. When you come home and you feel like all you want to do is go to sleep and you could sleep for 2 days, that's when you know that you've got other people's energy in you, and so you've got to do something other than going to sleep, because going to sleep actually doesn't clear your energy. It just helps you recover, but it takes longer. Water works the best for people like yourself. Okay.
All right, our next question here is from Gabby, who asks anything about my love life.
Yeah, there is somebody coming into your life. If you're already in a relationship, this isn't the one, but I'm hearing within the next 4 months, there's going to be somebody who's going to be very exciting, very fun, very much your alignment that is meant for you, okay?
All right, our next question is from Linda, who says, hi, my name is Linda. What do my guides want me to know? Thank you.
So they've been trying to communicate with you, Linda, and they tend to do the ringing in the ear for validation. So when you're having a thought or a feeling, or you're talking about something and you get that dilation in the ear, the ringing, you have to understand that that's their way of saying, yes, yes, keep with that thought, okay? So it's really important that you pay attention to that, because your thoughts kind of go on their own little tangent. You also get very inspired information, is what they say. So they do give you a lot of divine information, but you don't always do anything with it. So they want you to start working with that, okay? So when you get these things coming in, take notes, put it on your phone, whatever. You're not going to remember it, so don't ever think that that's a possibility, because it isn't, because when it comes in like that, it's like channeling. I would consider you clairaudient, so you might want to look into what that means, but it basically means that you hear things, and that's how your gift works. So they want you working with them, not against them, okay? They send you a lot of information, so it's really important that you learn how to work with them. All right.
Our next question here is from Samantha B, who asks, have I met my soulmate yet?
I heard yes. So, yep. Yay, congrats. All
right. Our next question is from Lakin, I believe is how you say it.
Okay.
Who says, I'm Lakin. I love your messages and appreciate you sharing your gifts. Am I going to be successful in my writing career and be financially stable for my family? Will I find a partner?
So it looks like yes. It is going to take about 2 years for you to find that stability with it once you get yourself out there, okay? So it is going to take a little bit of time. I do feel somebody's coming into your life. It feels like about 8 months from now. So just be patient. And you spend a lot of time in secluded or cut off, so I'd get out of the house, be around people so that you can really meet the right one. Okay, but they are coming into your life in about 8 months is what I hear. All right. Our next question here is from Yolanda, who asks, will I get to stay at my current job? If not, what will I do next? Yeah, no, I don't get any pushback from it. So it does feel like this is where you're staying. If you have resistance, I think it's just within you. I don't feel like it's in this space. So I do feel like this is where you're going to be for a while.
Okay. All right. Our next question here is from, B.R. Singh, who says, hi, Rebecca. Will I ever be a mom? If so, when? And will my husband stay with me? Will he get a citizenship? If I start my own business, will it be successful?
So I'm only going to answer one of those. Actually, I'll answer both. Yes, your husband's going to stay with you. And yes, I do see you being a mom. So don't worry about that, okay? It's just one question per donation, okay, honey?
All right. That was the end of our list there.
Okay.
So I will go through
Perfect.
here.
So we have a few more minutes. So this will probably be our last list. So if you don't hear your name on this list, send your questions over to my Instagram, because I answer them in order of them being received. Okay.
Better to get them in early.
Better to get them in early. Otherwise, you might be 24 hours before you get your answer, because there is usually a lot of people after.
All right.
Okay.
Our new list here. Sorry, I'm going as fast as I
No,
can.
that's okay.
There are some people asking how the donation process works, if you want to go over that.
Yeah, so just go up into my link tree and put in a donation. And when you put in the donation, put your name and your question in there. If we don't get to you here on the list today on the live, you can send your question over to my Instagram. It's better if you do your donation now, because once the live is over, my email questions are $30. So it's better to do it now instead of waiting.
All right.
I only take the donations during the live, not afterwards, okay?
All right. Our next list here in order. Our next question will be from Gabby Woodruff, then Alicia, then Barjit, then Linnea Lynn, then Christy Lin Lang, then Jennifer Fig, then Brianna, and then Krista.
There we go. That'll probably be the end of our list. So if you haven't heard your name and you did a donation, send your question over to my Instagram so that you're one of the first people, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. Gabby Woodruff asks, what are my psychic or spiritual abilities? Do I have any?
Yes. So you're actually clairvoyant and clairaudient, which means you see and hear things. Okay, honey? They also show me that you do feel things as well, but you predominantly see and hear, which means you got to start working with those gifts more that way. Okay. So when you get an impression, try to understand what that impression means. Symbolism specifically with you. Okay. So if you saw a bear, what does a bear mean to you? If you saw a hawk, what does the hawk say for you? If you saw numbers, what do those mean for you? Okay, so that kind of thing for the visuals, okay? It's really important, but these two gifts work really well together.
All right,
yeah.
Our next question here is from Alicia, who asks, will things with Sean get better? Is he talking to other women inappropriately or in general still? Thank you.
So I do feel like you and Sean are probably not going to stay together, and I do feel like Sean feels like I'm still in the same repetitive behavior, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that, okay? I do feel like somebody else is coming into your life in the next 6 months that is going to be much more respectful of you, honey, okay? So just be ready for that.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Barjit, who asks, please, my life is a disaster. When will things get better? I'm struggling with money and relationships.
Yeah. So I know it feels like it's a disaster, but it actually isn't. They're breaking things down for you so that you can really start fresh and new and not be attached to the past is what I'm hearing, okay? I do see a relationship coming in within the next 7 months for you. This is going to be the right alignment for you. And I do see your finances actually improving early next year. So the beginning of next year, okay? So try not to stress. I know it's hard because you got all this stuff going on, but it's going to improve.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Linnea Lynn, who says, hi, my husband and I had a miscarriage last month, and I'm struggling to come to terms with it. Any insight on why it may have happened? Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
So right away I heard the gender was the wrong gender. So sometimes what can happen is spirit gets so excited, and they just jump in right away. And so they don't always check to see. And sometimes what can happen is that it can be the wrong gender. And then they're like, oh no, this isn't what I'm supposed to be. And so they will leave. But I do feel like the spirit is coming back for you, okay, honey? So I do feel like within the next 2 months, you're going to be fine and be pregnant with the baby, and everything's going to go fine.
All right. Yeah. Our next question is from Christy Lin Lang, who says, hey, Rebecca, I've been missing you. Aww. Could you tell me if I will be off house arrest anytime soon and if it will lift the strain off my relationship when I do? Please.
Yeah, I do feel like it's going to be lifted early. So it does feel like that's going to change pretty quickly here. And I do feel like, yes, it is going to change the relationship because then you can definitely do things together more the way things were before. All right.
All right, our next question here is from Brianna. Oh, wait, did I miss one? Yeah, Jennifer, sorry. So Jennifer Fig6 asks, what path are my oldest daughters, Julie and Victoria, taking? Education?
So it feels like one of them is kind of a free spirit and is looking to travel. Let her do so, okay? So I do feel like I'll come back to education and learning and things like that, but I need this time first to do what I need to do, okay? The other one, I do feel like, I don't know if she's going to become a teacher, but it does feel like she's getting into that kind of a role, okay? So focus on that. Let the other one explore and have fun. That's what I'm hearing. All right?
All right. Our next question is from Brianna, who asks, will I still conceive soon? Forgot to take my fertility meds this month. Getting worried.
Yeah, you will, honey. Don't worry. You didn't screw anything up. Best way to put it. It's all good. You're good.
All right. Now this is our last question.
Okay.
From Krista McCauley, who asks, will Michael and I be together / reconcile, and when?
So it does feel like there's going to be a conversation, but I don't think that you guys are going to be able to reconcile. It feels like there's too much water under the bridge kind of thing. And it doesn't feel like you guys are going to be able to work things through. That being said, I do hear within 9 months, somebody is coming into your life that is going to be basically the person that's going to be your forever person, okay? So everybody who's here on the live today, if you donated, please send your questions with your email over to my Instagram page, and I will get to you in order I receive. It may take up to 24 hours, but I promise I will get to everybody. I always do. If you don't have Instagram, you can send it to my email, rebeccadragonheart44@gmail.com. And don't forget to go pre-order a copy.
And someone did ask if you could just go over the book options.
Yeah. Oh, the bookshop.
Yeah.
Perfect. Don't forget to go pre-order a copy of The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. So anybody who supports me early on is going to get a special edition. So it will be gold leafed with gold leaf paper. And I'm also going to sign all of the copies that are done early. Our goal, my target is 2,000 copies pre-ordered by the end of July. So if you guys can help me out with that, I would be ever so happy. So the options, there's a few different options on there. You're going to have to go and take a look at the website because there's different campaigns that will get you different things. So it starts out at $29 and then goes up from there. And there is a really cool option if anybody is interested in doing so, where my artist is going to do portraits. It does cost a little bit more because it is something we have to pay him extra for, but he will do a portrait of your family. So go take a look at all the different options because they're fantastic. And I appreciate you all. Actually, Maddie, will you grab my book just so I can see when I'm going to be on live again, just so I can tell you guys now, and then you won't have to guess when I'm going to be on again. I will say if you don't already have the little bell on, I would turn the bell on so that you know when I'm going to be on or when you get the notification. Quick. Thanks, babe. All right. I'm just going to look and see because I have it in my schedule here when I'm on next. Okay. So to be tomorrow. So I'm on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys? So come on back and I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me tonight. And if you didn't get your questions answered, just send them over to my Instagram. Okay, guys? See you later.